welcome, brother.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm blinking now.
Yeah,
Dang
don't
it.
blank. It's okay. I'm going to ask questions. You're just going to answer and then tell stories. It's going to be
Sounds good.
fun. Yeah, that's it. That's all we do in here. We just mess around. Um, I ask all kind of intrusive questions. Like I
Hmm.
asked this one dude, I looked up, so I told this one guy, I was like, hey, I looked up I said, did you used to work at GameStop like a long time ago? So this was like, I forget where it was on his LinkedIn. Like it was on the internet. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I didn't do a background check on him. I just
Yeah.
clicked on, whatever. And so he goes, yeah, that's weird, like that. And it was really funny. I was like, no, I'm not stalking you, dude. I'm just, I was just curious because I saw on your thing, I was a GameStop manager, years
Oh,
ago.
cool.
Yeah. So it was relevant, why I was asking him. But
Hmm.
he thought it was really funny that I was like, bro, you put it on the internet, okay? Like it's out
That's
there.
on you, dude.
That's what I'm saying. But no, you don't have to worry, man. I'll just ask questions. It's
Cool.
well, let me do a shout out real quick to the sponsors. Uh, y'all know Skirmish by now. If you don't know Skirmish or Skirmish, the Skirmish system, um, RFID data. Well, I call it data tracking, but it's like your stat tracker for airsoft. So you wear this thing on your wristband. Uh, there's cool electronic boxes on the field that you go and tap your bracelet onto to capture a checkpoint, to revive a teammate, to uh, eliminate or capture a prisoner or take a hostage. I don't know, all kind of different things, man. You can do with Skirmish. It's a badass system uh, that I've known about for a couple years now, and it's starting to take off, man. I'm really excited to see where it goes because 6 millimeter Mandalorian, shout out to him, his events out in Missouri, he's using it with hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's badass for a Star Wars event. And Balahack is starting to use it on a couple of their events,
Hmm.
and they have huge events. Everyone knows. But yeah, it's a really cool system. You can see all your stats from previous games, and you can even watch live uh, a live view on their website, skirmish.net. So let's go
Cool.
to skirmish.net. Yeah, it's not a video like of the game. It's just a top down of the map, and you can see a live game going on, like what objectives getting captured, the points, what team has the most points in real time, which is awesome. So, and then of course after that, you can see all your own personal stats, which go on a worldwide leaderboard, which is freaking awesome. So you can take this system anywhere across the whole world, wherever Skirmish is set up, it will track your stats for you. So go to skirmish.net, check it out. Jackal Tactical is a fairly new sponsor to the podcast. Appreciate you, Paul Whitman, up there in Pennsylvania. He's got 2 stores, a field, and Otherworld Milsim that he runs events out of. Go to jacktac.com to find out more. Appreciate the sponsors. So my guest today is, I want to say, the leader of or a part of Coyote Airsoft team out in California. And I saw on your Instagram, man, that I just now saw actually that you had a picture with uh, on a field where you said you were, I think it's back in January, you guys were playing with the Brotherhood Airsoft team, which
Yes.
I've had that guy on a couple times in the
Hmm.
past. So it's really cool. You guys all know each other out there and are able to play at different fields that are close, like Giant San Diego. I know is a pretty big field, but
Yep.
so welcome to the podcast, man, and introduce yourself, and then we'll go into how you got into airsoft and all that cool stuff.
Uh, well, I am the only person on Coyote Airsoft. So it's just
Awesome,
me.
one man
Um,
team. There you go.
it's a one-man team. I was recently just a part of a team called the Twisted Reapers. Um, we have just disbanded because of um reasons. My captains are leaving out of state,
Mm,
so it'd be a little hard. And one of my buddies was already leaving the team. Like he wanted to go out more, go play. And granted, I love the Twisted Reapers. It's just we weren't going as fast as we should have been.
Mm,
Um, and it we had a good amount of people. We had like a pretty good set team, but we never had time to go.
yeah.
Like somebody was always busy for a weekend, or we wouldn't go for a month, and the team practically died. Um, which was very sad. It was one of my favorite things to actually be part of a team. Um, I was only on it for about 3, 4 months,
Okay.
and I found out 2 Saturdays ago that my captains are going out to Texas
Mm,
and they're living and moving there.
right.
Um, so granted, the Reapers aren't dead. It's just we
Relocated.
relocated and it'd be a little hard for us all to play together.
Absolutely.
Um,
Well, listen, by the way, um, my team, right? Our team here,
uh huh.
Trifecta Airsoft, started out with four of us, me and two of my sons and their good friend that got him into airsoft. We're kind of disbanded, right? Like we're all still close, obviously, just
Hmm.
like you guys are probably still close as friends or whatever. But as far as doing something for the channel, we disbanded. And what happened to you with your team is a very, very common thing in airsoft. That happens all the time, especially when
Hmm.
younger guys get into the sport, younger people get into the sport, maybe older teenagers or young adults, and life changes. Like those are big changes happen in life
Hmm.
from the time you're 16 to 25, right?
Yep.
And so you're talking graduating high school, maybe going to college, maybe going to the military, maybe getting a full-time job, maybe getting a promotion at a job, maybe getting married and having kids and buying a house. That's what happened to my two sons. So, and Johnny. So it's a very, very common thing. It
Hmm.
doesn't have to be um, it doesn't have to be a negative experience. I know that, and I know it's not for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, for me, it's not either. It's just, I do miss it. Just like you said, I really, really miss all of us getting together and doing these videos that we used to do. Man, we had so much
Hmm.
fun. There's a huge fun dynamic that happens with all four of us together because we're all
Hmm.
different personality types. Coltrane was the jokester, Johnny was energetic and just, a lot of cool
Yeah.
ideas. And I just stood around and yelled at him, okay, and held a beer. And Christian was really, really knowledgeable. So I'm sure that's something that you guys miss with getting
Yeah.
together with your team.
I loved my team. Granted, we're still very close. I know for a fact if I needed something or if they needed something, they'd call me and I call them, and I'd be there in a heartbeat. Um, they were like I'm gonna say a second family. Um, but they were very close. Um, and I very much liked playing with them. But
Yeah,
obviously, financial issues and new
gotcha.
families and all that, everybody had to leave. So we already did that.
What did So how did you guys' team start? Like,
Um,
how old were you guys? How many people were on the team? And then how did y'all meet up and form
funny
a team?
enough, I joined the team later on after they already were started.
Hmm.
Um, but I met the team captain and his son-in-law in Brotherhood's store.
Oh,
Um, I went to go buy a part or something, and they were right there, and I couldn't play that weekend because recently um what was it? I I was installing a floor because that's what I do for a living.
Hmm.
Um, and my finger slipped in the table saw, and I I still have my finger.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna
Looks
ask.
normal.
Did you lose a
Um,
part of it, a digit?
um, no, totally fine.
That's good.
But I went from right there to the tip.
Okay.
Yeah, I went and I got 4 stitches and broke the bone. That
Oof.
was my
That's
first time
painful.
ever breaking a bone, which was
Okay.
funny. Um, but it happened on Black Friday.
Nice.
Um, so I got the big holiday out of the way, and then Friday I had off, so I was like, "Hey, let me go help a buddy install floor." So I installed it, and I was almost done with the job. I had one more piece to
Mm.
install, and then I went
Zing. It doesn't take much with those
and
saws, bro. I'll
yeah,
tell you what.
um, and it just I was heartbroken because that's my trigger finger. So I was like, no, I can't play airsoft for like a month now. Um, and it really sucked because I like just got a new gun and I got all this new stuff that I wanted to go try. Yep, couldn't use it because I just hurt my finger,
Yeah.
and it was like a week after I got my new stuff. Um, but I
So you met them at the store, and then how
yeah.
did you end up? What did you do? Like, go to? Did they invite you
Um,
out to a practice or something?
no, I went to Brotherhood's event,
Mm.
and he needed a ref. So I was like, well, I'm not doing anything this weekend, and I've never gone to go play at Giant. Um, so I was like, you need a ref, I'll ref. And so I refed, and I found everybody's weakness. Not on my team, but I
Yeah.
found everybody else's weakness at that event.
Well, let me ask you this before you go on. Were you when you refed? Was your finger still hurt?
Oh yeah, I wore gloves and all that stuff. I was like
Did you get
protecting.
shot in the finger?
Oh no,
Oh, good.
I so was it my very first post? You can actually see me have a metal cast over it,
Mm-hmm.
um, because that's what doctors give you if you break something.
Oh yeah.
Um, but in my very first post, you can see my that picture of that event and um how my hand looked basically.
Yeah.
Um, but I met a very close friend there. He's like a big brother to me. Um, and uh, I bonded with this guy at
Yeah.
that event
Okay.
because it was my first time ever going there and all that. But what was it? What was it? We just clicked instantly.
Yeah.
Um,
What was he on? So you were reffing. Was he on or the what was the team called you were on again?
Twisted Reapers,
The Reapers.
but
Yeah. Was he on that
no,
team?
he wasn't on the team until a couple weeks after I joined because he wanted to be a part of a team. And I was like, let's see if I can get you on my team.
Yeah.
And he was a uh I forget what they're called. They're the mechanics for airsoft. Oh, he was a tech.
Oh
He
yeah,
knew
an
how to
airsoft
tech on
tech.
guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he knew how to tech on guns, and I was like, he knows how to work on guns, Captain. Can you get him on the team before anybody else gets him on their team? And he joined instantly as soon as as soon as my captain met him, gave him a patch and like, you're on the team, and the only reason is because you're a tech, and he was fine with that.
Oh, that's good.
Um, but yeah, um, our team just burnt out way too quickly. Let's say that. Um, and
Did you guys, when you first started on the team, did you guys go to pretty much just like one day events? Did you go to Mill Sims? What kind of Speed
uh,
Soft? What did you guys
it
do
was
mostly?
practically just one day events, and it was, or if we wanted to go play airsoft for the day. So it was a very small team.
Yeah,
It
like
was a very
pickup games.
young,
Okay.
yeah,
Like
it was a
open
pickup
play.
game
Hmm.
type one. Um, but we practically died out.
Yeah.
Um, I'll say it like it is. Um, I do miss us. They were a very nice team, but we just died
Now,
out way too quickly.
how did you come up with Coyote? So you went off. So after after you guys couldn't play together anymore, what did
Well, I
you
made
said?
the
Okay,
account
I'm gonna
while
start
I
calling
was
myself Coyote.
so everybody had a call sign on the team.
Yeah,
One of the captains was named Reaper, the other captain was named Twisted. Um,
makes sense.
oh,
Twisted
my
Reapers.
buddy was named out Hellhound. My his son was named after um Deadshot.
Okay.
Um, and everybody had a name. I never had my own call sign ever.
Mm.
Um, but funny enough, while I was during this process, I was thinking very heavily on my next tattoo. Um, and I was like, I for some reason I'm thinking about coyotes a lot. Um, and I do live in Southern California, so it's not like we don't have them here.
Yeah, there's a ton of coyotes
Um,
out there.
yeah. Um, but on my mom's side of the family, I learned that I'm Indian.
Mm.
Um,
Like American Indian.
yeah, American
Yeah.
Indian,
Hmm.
Native Americans. Um,
Yeah, I have that too. Okay.
and I just didn't know what I was a part of the Native American community.
Yeah.
I'm a very small part of it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Um,
Same.
I I definitely wouldn't be allowed to go live on the reservation. Um, but Native American, they also talk about coyotes, and another thing I like to do is I'm country, so uh I like western stuff. I like all
Oh
that.
yeah.
And another thing, a part of western is coyotes.
Oh, absolutely. So
So
you like
I
the old
just
westerns, like the movies?
not personally, I just like country in general.
Oh, okay.
Um but I did have I had a love for western ever since I was a kid.
Gotcha.
So I was like coyote, Native American, western, Coyote Airsoft.
Makes sense.
So I came up with Coyote because I needed a call sign, and
And it worked.
literally like 3 days after, I came up with seven more, and I was like, "Dang it!"
You could always change
Um,
it, man. There's only one of you right now, so
yeah, but I don't really want to change it because I'm gonna get the tattoo next, and or
okay.
no, it's not gonna be my next tattoo. It'll be one of my next tattoos. My next tattoo will be a RIP for OGKG,
Oh,
um,
okay.
who recently passed.
Yep.
I'm gonna get his patch done somewhere. Um, but uh, about OGKG, um, he reached out to me, and the day I met him, um, since he lived on the other side of the U.S.,
Yeah.
um, we clicked, and um, he was a good person. I liked him
Yeah.
a lot. Very well respected. Um, did a lot for the community. I'll say that. Um,
For sure. Well, that's how you and I met. For anyone watching or listening, I found you from comments
Hmm.
after OG passed away.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and I reached out to you through
Hmm.
that. I think through Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Through that.
Um,
So yeah, and a shout out to OG, who's probably watching us right now, going, "Man, quit talking about me." So no,
Probably,
he's not. He's a good dude. He was definitely a
but
good dude. He still is,
yeah. Um,
in my mind. So yeah,
he
much
did a
love and
lot for our
respect.
community. Was it he? I learned day of meeting him over the phone. Um, it was for some funny reason. Um, it was about headbands and gear for your head, so that you can not have sweat. Because I wear a dye i5. By
Yeah,
the way, highly recommend it. Um, because I love dye. I've got two of them, but
yeah,
I very
they're
much
awesome, dude.
I very much like dye. It was my very first full face.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that wasn't cheap and off of like Amazon or something.
Yeah.
It was a very nice mask. Granted, I'll probably be buying an HK. Um,
Anyone that
but
buys Amazon airsoft gear, how dare you?
I don't trust Amazon anymore for airsoft. I thought I bought M4 mags. No, I bought three AK mags.
Gotcha.
I don't have an AK. I use M4.
You didn't
So
read the description, bro. No, it's probably one of those weird ones. It was the way it was listed. It probably said
yeah.
M4 AK, like everything all in there. You know, it's like who knows?
And I was just like, well, I'm not buying anything off Amazon, let's say that. Um, but yeah, I very much um like my dye.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't like about it is the brim of
Mm-hmm.
where your mask is. It's got that foam.
Right.
Sweat still seeps through.
Sure.
So I needed something to block my eyes basically from it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm coming out with this headband
Mm-hmm.
cap." And I was like, "Let me know how that goes." Um and he liked it a lot. Um it was a very uh nice thing, and I do plan on investing on getting one of them. Um because I if you see my profile picture, um I wear a Evike hood for $20, and it was
Nice.
a steal. Um I've taken many hits in the back of the head, didn't leave a mark.
Nice.
So I love that thing. Granted it looks a little goofy, but my it protects my head and it gives me ventilation. So I don't have to wear a baseball cap and I don't have to wear a neck guard, none of it. So
Right.
it worked out
Well,
totally
the
fine.
headband thing too is pretty. I think some people use them. I know one girl overseas uses them. She's part of TK. I think it's their team's name is Terra Knights. Their her call sign is TK Fire Pants, and I've been
Hmm.
following her on Instagram for quite a while. But she has a bunch of different headbands that she sponsors or makes or
Hmm.
whatever, and she wears one all the time under her mask as well. Yep.
Yeah. Um, I was just tired of getting sweat in my eyes, so I'm like,
Yeah, they
I need
help
something to
for
protect my
sure.
head.
They'll help until they get waterlogged, and then they'll just
Yep.
start dripping just like everything else.
Yep.
But they do help
Um,
for a bit.
but it's gonna be useful. For since I live in Southern California, the sun is constantly beating. I
Oh
never
yeah.
have snow. I never have rain, or I do have rain. It's just I never want to go play in the rain. Let's say that.
Did you grow up in SoCal?
Yes, sir. Born and
Okay.
raised.
All right.
I've been here for 20 years.
Nice.
Um, But
What was high school like? Did you guys have metal detectors you had to walk through?
no, I went to a charter school.
Oh, okay.
Um, my my school was very it was a I wore uniforms.
I was just gonna ask, did you have to wear a uniform?
It wasn't a uniform that had our school logo on it. No, it wasn't any of that. It was dress polo and dress slacks,
Yeah.
and you could wear whatever shoes you wanted. Um, but it was a very relaxed school. I liked high school. Um, but I went through high school during COVID.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I went for 3 years with COVID. Everybody says, "Oh, I missed my senior year. I missed my junior year. All that."
Right.
No, I missed sophomore, junior, and senior years. Everything was screwed.
That sucks.
Um, but I graduated, and yeah. So
Good.
yeah,
Yeah, it's the uniform thing is I think it's cool. I mean, I wouldn't have liked it in the 80s when I was
gave
in high
us
school.
it gave us order,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it also gave us a little freedom of what we could wear. Um, Everybody practically wore a hoodie or something, so it
Mm,
wasn't a big deal on what we were wearing. But um, instead of being like um, what was it? A t-shirt that said "Let's go Brandon" or something.
yeah.
Um, that's the
Right.
first thing that came up my mind. That's
Hell
it.
yeah. No, that's
Um,
absolutely.
but uh, we couldn't wear that because it was a political statement
Right.
and it would have been offensive to somebody. But we wore hoodies and
Yeah.
we all like wore stuff that would express us but wouldn't. So it was fine.
Do you
Um
know where the Let's Go Brandon thing came from? Did you see the video on that where it was like the NASCAR race and the
no, but I think it's funny that he supports it.
it was this lady, I think it was either MSNBC or CNN or something like that. A reporter was on the track, on the side where
Hmm.
they interview the drivers and stuff for a NASCAR race,
Yeah.
and and they're right by the stands, part of the stands, and the whole stands are just like shaking the thing and spilling
Hmm.
their beer and yelling, okay, and they're saying, "Fuck Joe Biden,"
Hmm.
right? And then I mean, it was clear as day on the video, but she goes, "Oh, and look, the fans are saying, 'Let's go, Brandon,'" because I guess the guy she was talking to is, or somebody there was Brandon. So
Hmm.
she said, "Let's go, Brandon," and that's what it turned into. It was so funny, dude. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it was funny that uh somebody blurted it out while he was talking and he supported it. And I was like, "Do you even know what it means, bud?" It was just funny that he
he
supported
forgot. He
something that
forgot. That's what it
hated
is.
him.
Okay,
Um, but
dementia
yeah,
and shit. All right,
yes, very important.
that's
um,
funny. Yeah.
but
So so you get out of high school. When did you start playing airsoft? After you got out of high school, or were you starting when you were younger?
it was while I was in high school. I'm gonna say it was into going into junior year.
Mm,
That summer, I believe I was playing, or no, um, I didn't know anything about airsoft. Um, I knew, I all I knew is it hurt less than paintball, and the guns looked accurate. So
right.
people used it for training, I guess. I knew nothing
Yeah.
whatsoever. And a guy I went to high school with, but also went to church with, he invited me, and I was like, let's go play because it was my first time. I
Yeah.
never played paintball, never played airsoft, never did paintball light, none of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Gel blasters.
and yeah,
You
um,
played gel blasters?
it, it
Nerf
always
guns?
looked. I've had Nerf guns,
Hell yeah.
but that was the only thing I could use,
Yeah.
and there weren't very many Nerf leagues, or Nerf players around, and I was like, this is getting a little tiring, just having a wall of Nerf guns. Because I had a wall of Nerf guns, dude.
They
It
look
was
cool when you
they look
first get them,
cool,
but then they get old. Yeah.
and I was just like, this is boring. I want to have something that looks like a gun.
A real gun. Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, Nerf guns and water guns and all those
yeah,
blasters and stuff, they look cool
yeah,
until you're like 17, 18, 19.
yep,
And it's like, dude, where's the tactical stuff? Okay.
yep. Um, what was it? Then um I played airsoft, and that night I played airsoft, or the night after I played, I had so much fun that day. I went to go buy a gun, go buy camo, all of it. And I was just like, when's our next time we're going? And I played a couple more times and I fell in love with it. I've been in the sport for about 4 years or something like that.
Okay.
Um, but I just fell in love with it. Um, and I've actually gotten a couple more people into it because of how much I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm a very social guy. I like talking to people. It's just in airsoft, if you didn't know somebody already, like it's a little awkward to just go up to somebody.
Sure.
Um, I was about 16 when I was doing airsoft, and I was like, who do I talk to? This is awkward.
Uh-huh.
Um, and
Most people are at that age.
yeah,
Most people. Yeah.
but I was a very social guy, so I had friends everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and I just needed more people, so I started inviting my friends. None of my actual friends want to go play, so I made new friends that wanted to go play.
There you go.
Um,
Pro tip, people. If you don't have, young teenagers that are getting started or older teenagers or whatever, if you're getting started in airsoft, if you don't have your current friends don't want to play with you in airsoft, just go to the field and find some more. Okay,
yep.
trust me, they're out
Um,
there.
but after high school, I got my license, and I knew a kid that really wanted to go do airsoft, and I usually take him sometimes,
Hmm.
and I took him recently, and I asked him, "Hey, your little brother want to go play?" And he was like, "Let me think about it. Let me go ask him." Yeah, the very next time he went, his brother came.
Nice.
His brother fell in love with the sport too,
There you go.
and his brother's about 11 years old.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
and I just I I love that we're getting so more younger players because all the older players are getting out of it.
Yeah.
Um, Granted, older players have good reasons for getting out of it,
Sure.
but we had older players from the start anyways, so it's better to have younger players.
Yeah.
Um, I say
Well, let me ask you
about
this about your driving. You said you got your license. Did you pass your driving test the first time?
behind the wheel, no. I did it the second time.
Awesome.
Uh, first
What did they
time,
fail you on? You didn't.
not
You didn't
looking in
use.
the
You
bike
didn't.
lane.
What is it?
Not looking in the bike lane when turning. So I didn't over exaggerate my head
Man, f
when I
those
looked.
bikers. Okay, they should
Hey,
get out
hey,
of the
my
way.
dad's one of those. My
Oh
dad's one
shit.
of those guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
no.
No offense, Dad.
Um,
Okay.
um, but I, I didn't pass the first time, and then, Um, Second time, I just relaxed and had a conversation with the person that was grading me.
Mm.
And
Did they actually talk?
yes,
That's wild because normally they're just like super quiet, bro.
yeah, that was what was scary about the first time. And the second time, I was like, "Can we have a conversation?" The first time made me nervous and scared, and like I couldn't do anything, so it was very confusing.
Yeah,
Um, but I passed the second time,
nice.
and I was super happy about it. So,
Awesome.
uh, I've been driving for about 2 years now.
Yeah,
Um,
good.
but out
Well, I'll
of
tell
high
you a funny
school,
story. I
yeah,
had
go for it.
so I'm 53, okay, old as hell. I started driving. My dad started teaching me how to drive when I was 12. Okay, when I was 12, I had a growth spurt and
Seems
we
about
started.
right. I
Yeah,
learned in the South how to drive when I was about 10. So
there you go. And that's how it goes, you know. And I taught my kids around the same time. Okay, I took them
yeah,
to elementary school parking lot on the weekends when nobody's there, and during the summer, let them drive around in the parking lot. So
I did off road once. I did it in a
off
truck
road's
on a
great,
family
bro.
farm.
So
Um,
I had my license. You know, I passed the driving test first time, whatever. You know, but I had when I was 16, got my license. Had it my whole life, obviously.
hmm
Okay, a few years ago, I was paralyzed with an illness. A lot of people know this story already. So I could not get out of the house for a couple years, couldn't drive, blah, blah, blah.
hmm
Well, during that couple years, I was laid up. My license expired. So you have when I moved here from Cleveland, Ohio, I moved to South Carolina. Go and switch my license over right from
hmm
Ohio to South Carolina. Got the I think it's like 8 or 10 years or something like that. Maybe it's 10 years. So before it expires. So it expired during the time that I was laid up.
hmm
I didn't know, didn't care, never looked at it because I couldn't go out and
Yeah.
drive anyway. And I didn't know how long it was going to last. My illness, I didn't know when I was going to be able to get out. So I go and I never looked at it when I started getting better and was able to go out and drive and started working. I still didn't look at my license. I didn't need to.
hmm
I didn't notice it until my daughter lives in Utah. Our oldest
hmm
daughter lives in Utah. She has her second child. We have to get on a plane because I
Oh
think the baby was
no.
like, she's starting to go into labor early. And we're like, we had planned on going like the next week or something like that. No, we got to get on a plane now. So we had to do all this kind of mess around. So obviously you need your ID
hmm
to get on the plane, you know, to
Yeah.
get your plane ticket. Holy hell, dude. The night before,
Oh no.
I realize so our plane leaves the next morning, like later in the morning, towards noon, and I'm like, holy, I'm freaking out. So I go to the DMV when they open the next morning, and I'm like, hey, this thing expired. I need this. I couldn't do it online like you normally could because it had
Uh
been
huh.
expired for so long. So I go in there, I get a state ID. Long story short, once I come back, we go to I was able to get on the plane, go to, but I couldn't
Good.
get an actual license. So I had to my license was gone for so long. I had to restart the whole process.
Oh
When I
no.
came back from Utah, I had to go get a real driver's license. I had to do what you did. I had to take the written test with all these 16-year-olds in here, 15-year-olds in
Yeah.
here, okay? And my driving test. I go to the driving test. Bro, I've been driving a long time, okay?
hmm
Like 40 years. So the lady's super quiet. And we get back. She didn't say a word the whole time. We get back, except where she tells you to go. We get back, and she's like, uh, "You missed this. You didn't do that. You didn't." She says like five things in a row, and I looked at her and I started laughing. I said, "Well, good Lord, did I pass? I've been driving since I was 12." She's like, "Yeah, you just have some bad habits, I guess. Like not turning with two hands. Like I would turn with one hand.
Oh,
Okay,
dude, I got so comfortable doing the one hand.
bro."
I
I'm
really hope
like,
I never have
it's
to
so
take the
hard to
test
go back to
again.
that. So she goes, "Yeah, you passed. It was just minor stuff." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Damn, she's being nitpicky as hell." So anyway, this is just a couple years ago, okay, when I
Yeah.
did this. But it was pretty funny when I told my wife, I was like, Everyone's laughing in my family, like, you had to take the driving test again? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
at least you got your license and you're out there driving. And are you
and
using your
playing
parents'
airsoft.
car? Or you
Say that again.
did you get your own?
I got my dad's old truck because
What is it?
I drive a 2012 Chevy Silverado 1500 black.
Nice. Black.
Um
The
I
Silverado.
also I also this car is very little in existence now cuz it's so old. Um I have a 1965 Coupe Mustang.
Whoa. That's crazy, bro.
Yep. It's a project car that me and my dad are doing.
That's
I've
awesome.
had it since I was one.
Yeah.
Um, but it's been sitting in my garage ever since I was a kid. Um,
That's cool.
and my dad wanted to do a project with me, and we've been doing it since. We're on year 3 of it,
Okay.
and everything just constantly is a problem with it.
Of
Um,
course. I mean, that's what
but
project cars
it's an
are.
old
Yeah.
car. I expected there would be projects with it. So the
Mm-hmm.
newest project is the front end. So the suspension,
Mm.
all that stuff. Pretty much, we have a front end. It's just we don't have all the supports for the front end that hold on
Where do
to
you
the wheels.
guys find all these parts? Like mostly eBay or
Uh, it's a
old parts
retro
stores?
mod, so it's not a We're not trying to go original.
Yeah.
We ripped
Just whatever
everything out of
works.
that. Uh, we bought all brand new stuff. We actually ripped out the original engine and then we added we had a V8 5.0 engine, ripped everything off that and made a brand new engine.
Nice.
And the theme of the car is Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
So, because both me and my dad like Star Wars, um, but that's the theme of the car. So on the car we put these breathers. It's got my Mando signets on it.
Nice. That's cool.
So and those were custom, which was super cool. But it's gonna get a paint job, Mandalorian. It's gonna look super cool when it's done.
Yeah.
Um, but for now, since I can't drive that car, I have to be driving my dad's old truck. But
That's cool though.
I
Yeah.
love my dad's old truck. It's my very first car. Um, but I'm a Ford guy, and so is my
Gotcha.
dad. But a Chevy is a truck, and it was in the family, and we weren't gonna go buy me a brand new car. So
No. Heck no, man.
I just
Silverados
took
are good,
over my
man.
dad.
There's a guy on YouTube that's been doing it for a long time. I forget his name, Ari or something like that. He does really funny videos and about his Chevy
Yeah.
Silverado. He calls it.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. But I like my old truck.
Yeah.
And I out of all of my friends, um I'm the only one that has a full size pickup.
Gotcha.
Everybody else has like a little Honda Civic or a Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah.
Nobody has a full size pickup
And they're
out of my
laughing at you when
friends.
you have to fill up the gas tank.
Yeah, but I'm I'm laughing at them because who needs help moving?
Who needs help
Not
going to an
me.
airsoft event with all your crates of crap? Okay.
I'm totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I could travel for miles on my truck. Um, but uh, what was it?
I'm just curious. I haven't looked it up recently. What's the gas prices out there in Cali right now in SoCal? Is it 6, 7 a gallon?
I don't know, but it's almost like $6.
Okay,
I spend
so it's
like a
under
hundred
6.
bucks on mine.
How much?
I spend like $100 on a full tank.
Okay,
My dad, since he has a hybrid truck, the Ford F-150 hybrid 2021,
Yeah.
um, he spends almost $110,
Yeah.
120 sometimes, but that gets him 700 miles to the tank.
Gotcha.
So, and I like his truck a lot more.
I'm sure.
um,
So here in South
but
Carolina, it's $3 a gallon. The gas is so.
yeah, I paid $30 in Arizona for almost half a tank,
Yeah.
and that's when we took my dad's truck for an event out there. So
Okay.
yeah, that was fun.
So you've traveled then for airsoft
Only one
outside of.
time.
Oh yeah, that's cool though. How'd you find out
Um,
about the Arizona thing?
so Brotherhood was actually hosting it, and I wanted to go out of state. I wanted to go play airsoft somewhere else because
Yeah.
I was getting a little tired of playing at the same fields. I want to see what I can do against other people
Sure.
that I don't know. Funny enough, I could do a lot better. My buddy that I met the very first time going up to Giant says I can't, but I'm still the only one that was carrying 7 mags and didn't have to go out when we were playing 1 hour games.
Mm.
So I was totally fine. But uh, I very much liked that trip. It was a very fun trip.
That
Um,
sounds cool.
yeah. So
What was the field, or where was it? What part
Freedom
of
Airsoft in Tucson.
Tucson? Okay.
Very fun field. Very hot,
Oh, I'm sure.
but um, it was a very big field, and they could easily do a tiny milsim out there. And
Yeah.
funny enough, that's what our event was out there. It was a tiny milsim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they could have done a medium-sized milsim. They
Yeah.
had military planes out there. They had
Oh,
big
that's
kill
cool.
houses. I mean, Freedom Airsoft was a blast. Um, I liked it, and I do plan on going out there again. But with how much gas prices is and how much I make in California, not going to be able to afford it for a
Yeah.
while. Um, but I'm saving to get a new truck and I'm trying to get a new job. Um, so
What do you do right now?
hopefully,
What kind of work?
I install flooring with my dad.
Nice.
It's just me and him at this company.
Yeah.
Um, at his company, I'm sorry, but I really wanted to be a sheriff when I was a kid,
Oh, okay.
and my uncle was a canine officer, and I brought him into show and tell when I was a kid. Yeah, I really wanted to do it.
That's awesome.
So I'm at the age now where I can apply, and I'm trying my best to become a sheriff. So
Okay.
hopefully I
That's
get it
awesome.
in the next couple months. But I need to retake my test in June because I
Gotcha.
didn't pass the very first time. So
What county do you live in?
San Diego County.
San Diego County, right?
So I'm by a big airport. So
Oh, you guys are busy,
yeah.
bro. If you get on
Oh
that
yeah.
force, you are busy. Okay. You're going to be on Cops, episodes of Cops. Okay.
No, no, not at all. But I wanted to be a canine officer when I was a kid, so I'm
Cool.
hoping to get my dream job in a couple of years.
That'd
So
be awesome, man. Nice. Okay. So
any other questions?
how do you like flooring?
Um,
What kind of flooring do you guys do mostly? The
we
real wood,
do
real hardwood?
hardwood and carpet, but we're stepping away from carpet because we just don't like it,
Yeah.
and everybody else is going to hardwood anyways.
Right.
So we're going with the time of moving along, getting quicker.
Yeah.
And hardwood is easier to install.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I've seen my dad do it my entire life, so I got bored of it when I was a kid.
Sure.
But it pays my bills.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
um, but a job's a job. And I'm sticking with it until I can get my dream job. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
That's always good. I mean, it's good to be working no matter what it is, even if it's not something you like, and working toward, you can work while you work towards, getting something that you prefer.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Um, but what is it? It's a job, and majority of my friends don't have jobs, but um, I'm still making money, and in California, I need a job,
Yeah,
or I was gonna either move out of state and have to go find a job versus out of high school have a job,
yeah.
and that's what
So
I have. So,
I saw on your Instagram, you guys, you had a picture of inside of Modern Airsoft, the store.
yes, that is up in Oceanside.
Yes.
It their field is tiny, but I know a couple of players up there. I know a couple refs, and it's a good speed QB field.
Oh, is
Um,
it indoor? Is that an
yes,
indoor
it's an
field?
indoor
Okay.
field.
Okay.
They also do have an outdoor field, which is closer to me. Um, and I prefer outdoor, but I
Mm-hmm.
am trying to get into indoor. But it's just so far away from me that I
Yeah.
don't want to go drive because it's almost an hour away from me.
Mm.
Um, and I don't want to go drive for an hour, go play for what 3 hours, and
Yeah.
then drive back.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're in San Diego, then yeah, Oceanside, right? That's about an hour. So
um,
I was stationed at Pendleton, so I know I
uh-huh,
hung out in Oceanside all the time,
mm-hmm.
going out drinking and stuff, and then so and we had gone to San Diego numerous times, so I remember that drive down
Yeah.
I-5 and
Um,
but
I don't know. I live with four people, so it's me, my parents, and my little sister. So,
okay.
but
Has she tried airsoft yet?
no, but I want to go take her boyfriend to it because I have a spare gun.
Yeah,
So, um, but I've got spare gear, so if she does want to go play, it's not like she can't go play.
right.
Um,
That's cool.
but
Well,
if
getting
she
back
doesn't
to the
want to go
plate carrier,
play,
what kind of plate carrier you run?
I run a camo. I forget what that plate carrier is called. Let
I
me
mean, it don't
pull
have
it
to be
up.
the brand or whatever. What like what kind of setup do you have on it?
Um,
You're able to carry 7 mags,
I
obviously.
carry 6 mags and
Okay.
then the one that's in my gun, so
Right,
seven in
right.
total.
That's cool.
Um, what is it? I was originally using a tan one. Um,
Okay.
actually,
Yeah, let's see a picture of it.
so here's me and my buddies.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
this
This on
guy
your
right
Instagram I
here.
saw.
I'm this guy right here. I
Mm-hmm.
used to wear that. I sold that. I bought that one.
Gotcha.
That exact one.
Yep.
Um, I bought that from a buddy because I wanted a camo one that went with all my stuff.
Yeah.
So, um, and the day I got it, I was very sad that I sold my other one because my other one was very tight and like I could feel it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's super loose. And I was like,
Okay.
no, I want the tightness.
Yeah.
Um, but it's plate carrier for right now, and I super like it. So,
Good.
um, but
And what kind of
plate
gun you
carrier.
run?
Um, I run HPA, and I just recently bought a AG for space for a spare gun.
Yeah.
Um, I run a Stag Arms body with a Polar Star Jack in it.
Gotcha.
And then I also have a Lancer Tactical that's got a Kythera in it, and then my newest addition was a um Terran Tactical M4 with the extended mag. That's my AG. So say my little sister or my sister and her boyfriend wanted to go play with me,
Yeah.
I have that spare gun for them.
Right.
Um, so if they wanted to, but
Your
they don't
HPA
because
one, was it already HPA when you got it?
I bought the engine and I gave the
Okay.
engine to somebody um to put it in a Arcturus cat.
Yeah.
But with Arcturus cats, you they have a
Proprietary.
yeah, that
Yeah, that's a tongue twister
gearboxes.
word, man. Yep.
So the guy was like, "Well, I have this body that is great for outdoor. It just needs an engine."
Mm-hmm.
And I already had the engine,
Right.
so he put the engine in that body, and I love that gun so much.
Got it.
Um, and it's by far the best gun I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I took it up to the field with my buddy, and my buddy's like, "Let's make your trigger response ridiculous." My trigger response is, "This is the side. I'm
Mm-hmm.
tapping the side of it." That's how good my trigger response is.
Mm.
Um, and I'm
Accidental discharge. Here we come.
yep. Um, but I love that gun so much. It's by far the best HPA I've ever had. Um, so yeah.
Nice.
I also
And what?
have a Kythera. I like my Kythera, but that's a spare HPA.
Right.
If I don't want to if I don't, say my battery dies in the Polestar, I have the Kythera just in case.
Now, what is your? Do you have a dream gun? Like you've been going to these stores, you've seen some and been to the field. You've seen other people playing. Do you have something you would prefer to have if you had the money?
If I had money, I'd make the best gun ever. But um, I don't really know. Um, I like M4. It's always been a favorite
You like that style?
style for
Mm-hmm.
me. So it's my it's my go-to thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's popular for a reason.
yeah.
It's a good platform.
And I can throw my gun to a 16-year-old, they could use it.
Yeah.
They know exactly how to use it. They know how the
Mm-hmm.
platform works, all that. So it's not that hard to learn on.
Yeah, most
Um,
guns are like that. The only ones that are weird are bull pups. Those are
true.
so strange.
Yeah.
But everything else, like a long rifle, AKs, M4 style, whatever, like all those are pretty, like they just fit
Uh-huh.
naturally, right? When you're
Yeah.
just
So it's
whatever,
super
right? Okay,
nice.
just put your forehand is going to be a little different, like where it's going to be
Yep.
at, but for different platforms. But the bullpup, bro, it's like depending on which one you got to put your arm around the front or on the other side, like put your thumb through the molded
Hmm.
whatever the hell this, like, dude, it's really weird. I
Yeah.
honestly don't like bullpups except maybe the P90. It's probably the easiest
It's not
one
a
to
bad choice.
use. Yeah,
Um, I would do it, but I like M4. It's always been my favorite gun.
yeah.
Um,
Have you seen the miniguns?
my buddy had a minigun that he made HPA.
Yeah.
And as soon as he made HPA, it got semi-locked. So the part that he needed was $40, so he sold the gun. And he
Oh,
was like,
okay.
"Yeah, I don't want this gun anyways."
Yeah.
So, but he
Have you?
sold it to my team captain, and now my team captain has it and doesn't have any HPA stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay.
if anything, I'd be the one using it, but
Yeah.
I don't want to. So,
Well, I
um,
mean, if it's semi-locked, then forget that crap because who wants to carry on that giant bulky thing?
well, he bought the part for it,
Oh, he did. Okay, so he's got
to
it a
fix
full
it.
auto now.
So it's
Good.
full auto, I believe. But I'd be
That's
the
awesome.
one using it, and I just don't want to use it because
So one of my friends that I've had on here a couple times, He lives up in Pennsylvania. His name's Don. He runs a channel called NEPA, NEPA Airsoft.
Mhm.
North. It stands for Northeast Pennsylvania. Shout out Don. He has made in the past. He's got a video way down on his YouTube. He's got like 900 videos. Okay, way down on his YouTube, he's got where he put two miniguns. He made a mounting bracket for two miniguns
Mhm.
with a single trigger to run both.
That's
It's
scary.
freaking awesome, bro. Yeah, he's smart with that stuff. I'm telling you. Yeah, go check out his YouTube and find that one. It's
I
pretty
will.
cool. Yeah,
But that seems scary, and I don't want to
it's
go up against
awesome.
that.
It's awesome.
Um,
Now, are you into
but
3D printing at all? Any of your
believe it
buddies
or
into 3D
not,
printing?
I'm trying to. My uncle is friends with somebody that owns a 3D printing company, and while my uncle was in town helping him with it, um, my uncle asked me, "What's something that you would buy?"
Yeah,
And I said, "As an airsofter, there's so many things that 3D printing can do." So,
dude,
um,
all kind of attachments for the
attachments, grips,
mods for your guns, like
stocks. I
yeah.
mean, so many things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an untapped market. Granted, there's some people that have gotten into it. It's just there's more things that can be made.
Yeah.
Um, was it a stock I would want is a M16 stubby stock. Um, and I would attach that to a was it to a Speedsoft gun.
Yeah.
And but I don't got any Speedsoft stuff yet because I got rid of a body for my Kythera, and my buddy made that gun ridiculous, and I am super sad I got rid of it.
I talked to
Um,
this girl in Austria last year, and she is an engineer.
mhm,
She's into 3D printing as well. She made uh, the stock and foregrip on her M4 style. I think it was the M4 style.
mhm.
So she made it pink, and the buttstock she made with a shape of a heart cut out, like it was a big cutout right in the middle of it. It
Okay.
looked awesome. I mean, for her, it looked pretty. She
Yeah.
was like, "I love pink. I love hearts. I printed this," and
Uh-huh.
she made it a pink gun from 3D printing. It was pretty cool.
I would if I was into that color, but my theme is tan, so
Yeah,
I'm trying to go with tan colors. Granted, all my guns are black, so
black and tan, man, that goes good together.
yeah. But
Nice.
um, yeah. Uh, but with indoor, I prefer pistols
Yeah.
because my guns are so long. Um, I want a gun that's shorter, but I will be purchasing a gun that's shorter,
Yeah.
and it will be Speedsoft, and
Right.
that will be my Speedsoft gun no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for now, I'm using pistols. I just recently purchased. Let's see if I can grab it. I just picked up this guy from my
AAPO1.
buddy.
Nice.
Um, he's a very nice gun.
Yeah.
Um, and it came with an HPA kit.
Oh, okay.
Um, so my buddy gave me an HPA adapter for it, and I just need a tank, flying, and reg for
Okay.
indoor, and then
Yeah.
I am set.
Right.
Um, because I'm a little tired of having this tiny mag that
Yeah.
will constantly break versus I can throw 6 mags on my chest and just run super quick.
Uh-huh.
And I get quicker kills with this versus a rifle
Oh,
where I would have
absolutely.
to stay back. No, I could go up right behind him quietly and go gone. So
That's why a lot of the speed softers use the
yeah.
pistols. Yeah.
Um, if anything, I would be using a rifle, but all my rifles are so long. I just want a shorter rifle. Um,
Have you
was
heard of
it?
the Speed QBE tournaments out there
Oh,
in Cali?
I loved watching those. They're
Yeah.
so much fun to watch. Um, and they're so funny to watch because you'll see the obvious things that other people would do,
Yeah.
which is so funny. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of speedsoft teams out in California, man.
yeah,
Like there's a
um,
lot of airsoft in general
yeah.
out in
In
California.
Southern California, there's a total of probably 10 teams
Yeah.
in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that's just San Diego. If it
Probably.
was LA and all of them, at least there's got to be hundreds. Um, but
I think yeah, there's a ton. There's a
yeah,
ton of them.
it's a ridiculous amount of how many
Mm-hmm.
people there are for Speedsoft. But
Yeah.
it's a fun way. I like the quick pace of Speedsoft.
Right.
So
A lot of people do.
yeah,
Yeah, because milsims, you doing the tactical stuff is it's not quick
yeah,
unless you just want to die and walk a mile back to respawn. Okay, I
yeah.
mean maybe not a mile for like the smaller fields, but a
Hmm.
lot of the mil sims that are like the bigger mil sims with
Yeah,
700 people out there, 500 people out there, they're on big AOs
yeah,
where it is, bro. You don't want to die. Okay, like
yeah,
you're not gonna run in all the time if your
yeah.
medic's not close. Your
Uh-huh.
medic's not close by. But yeah,
Um,
yeah, Speedsoft is a fun option because it's so
yeah,
quick. I mean, it's just like video games.
yeah.
People play Battlefield 4 for the large. Okay, get out there
Hmm.
on the big battlefield, or you play Call of Duty and Halo, which is like, the shorter maps and
Hmm.
run out there and die, run out there and die.
Yep.
That's Speedsoft.
Yeah. Funny enough, this is my first AOP01. This
Yeah,
is my first ever one of these.
it looks nice too.
Oh yeah. I bought it for what, 325, and the moment I bought it, somebody sold something exactly like this for almost 500 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was selling it for 500 bucks.
Yeah,
And this one was better than that one
it's got a bunch of
that was
upgraded
being
stuff.
sold.
Yeah.
And I was like, good thing I bought the cheaper one for my
Ready,
buddy.
ready to go. Yeah, yeah. Those are a
Um,
good option, man. Those
so,
those are awesome. They have a lot of 3D printed parts for those too. You can find
oh yeah,
online.
I could easily put a rifle body on
Uh
this if
huh.
I so chose.
Yep.
But
That's cool,
yeah,
man. So, what do you got planned for the rest of the year? Do you have
um,
plans, ideas that you want to go, like big events you want to go to, or?
I do want to go to South Carolina and go help out Carolina Void,
Mm-hmm.
since OGKG died.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do plan on going out there. Um, my 21st is up in August,
Okay.
and I've I'm trying to get multiple big name people out here. So Airsoft Dad, Massacre, Akimbo, Carolina Void. They're very small,
Houdini. Yep.
but Houdini, for example. I'm talking with all of them and being like, "Hey, my 21st is coming up. Y'all should come out to California and we make a big event about it."
Yeah.
Um, and uh, I do want to release a patch on my 21st
Gotcha.
as my gift, since obviously it's my birthday, But as my gift to Airsoft, I want to reveal a patch and just practically give it away to a couple people.
Yeah.
But um, I already came. Already, Kimbo already helped me out with a design, and
Awesome.
it is a very nice patch. Um,
Cool.
and
Cool.
we've already, I've already thought of multiple ways to make this a different patch.
Mm.
Um, but it's I will be what is it getting? I'll be doing a different theme instead of the same patch.
Right.
Um, so for like the next patch, it'd be like he's in a Western apparel, or
Okay.
um, so the one he's in now, he's in uh armor and he's got two swords on his back. I'm
Okay.
not gonna reveal very too much about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but um the next one it would be he's in a cowboy hat and he's got a nice trench coat that looks worn down, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. I don't know. But I do want to make a couple patches for it. But my buddy says don't until I got a big following. But um I want to give 10 patches out because 10's a good number for your first patch. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, we made patches the first couple months we started the channel because I I was like, we're gonna make merch, we're gonna do all this stuff like
Uh-huh.
the first like right when we didn't have anybody, okay,
Mhm.
nobody, and we were already making shirts and
Yeah.
patches, all this stuff. Yeah, it is fun.
Um I do want to make a couple hoodies for me and um some kids at my church because I teach Sunday school,
Oh, okay,
and I've known a couple of these kids for since they were babies.
gotcha.
Um and they know a lot about me and I know everything about them,
Yeah,
but they know I do airsoft and they know that I'm trying to make a big name for myself in it. Um that they're asking for one of my patches, and on top of that asking for a hoodie that's got like my logo on it,
gotcha.
and I do strive to get to that point.
Yeah,
So yeah, but
that'd be awesome, man. Hell yeah. Well, listen,
yeah,
brother,
I'm
it's
too broke for that stuff. So
yeah, it'll come. It'll come.
yeah.
You know, you just have some ideas. There's a lot of places you can do. Um, what is it? There's a handful of places you can do that.
Obviously.
Spring, like it used to be called Teespring, but it's just called Spring now. Then they have the Spotify or the not Spotify, the Shopify links you
Uh-huh.
can make. Stores, storefronts, and all those are like drop ship stuff. So you can go in there and design all your
Hmm.
stuff for free
Yeah.
and create a storefront, and then people can go there and buy it. You don't have to shell out money to buy merch if you
Yeah.
didn't want to. The only thing you can't really do that with, well, on a large scale, I don't know, are patches. Most of the time, you have to buy patches
Yeah.
from you have to
um
order, 100 or something like that, and then
yeah, I
there might
have
be
to.
some.
So the guy that makes a Kimbo, OGKG, and what is it, Houdini
Houdinis. Yeah.
patches. Um, I got in contact with him. It's like 10 for $100.
Okay.
So in a couple weeks, I'll be buying my very first patch. But
Nice. Good.
um, I have to save $100. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Quit driving so far.
man, it's so much here, dude.
There, the tank of gas. There's your patches right there.
Yep,
Well, listen, brother, it's been awesome talking with you, man. I appreciate
you
you being
too.
on here. Yeah, it was good.
You're
We
welcome.
finally got to connect
Yeah.
and talk about your stuff. Give a shout out where people can follow your airsoft stuff online.
My airsoft profile is Coyote underscore airsoft 500. That's the only thing I have for airsoft at this point. But
Yeah, good,
if anybody
simple.
wants to
Keep it
get in
simple.
contact with me, go right for it. So,
Awesome. And I'm going to suggest to you and to anyone else out there, If you have an Instagram for airsoft, consider, you don't have to do it, but I'm just saying consider starting a Twitter profile for your airsoft stuff, because eventually your airsoft stuff on Instagram will be taken down. We all know that. We all feel it. Uh,
Ew.
it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get everyone over to Twitter so that we can
Mm-hmm.
get all of our following on Twitter and Discord and
Yeah.
stuff, so we can stop getting shadow banned
Yeah.
like
I
bro, like
haven't been
crazy.
banned, but I really haven't been posting gameplay. I've only been posting pictures of what stuff
No,
looks like.
that's all it takes, bro.
But
Listen, one of the guys that I'm actually talking, I've had him on before, but I'm talking to him this Thursday as well. Balrog, shout out Balrog. Um, he he posted, so he stopped his Facebook and Instagram
mm-hmm.
just recently and went over to Twitter and Discord because
Yeah.
uh, the last this was like the last straw for him. Okay,
Yeah.
this is recently. He had posts on Instagram taken down and
Uh-huh.
banned and blah 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 whatever, and got the warnings and all that kind of stuff on his account. So
Uh-huh.
the last one he did, you know what the bucking is, right? Inside your rifle
Yeah.
or your pistol, the little
Uh-huh.
rubber bucking. Okay,
Yeah.
uh, he showed a top-down picture of two different bucking styles sitting on, like, his counter, okay,
Uh-huh.
or table or desk. That's it. That's it. It got
It's
taken
not
down.
even a part of
And he
the
was like, okay,
gun.
F this. Went over to Twitter. And then that's how him and I talk, is through Discord and Twitter now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Balrog, supporting the Twitter community over here. And I don't care what platform it is. I don't care about Twitter. I don't care about
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, whatever. I just want a place where we can
Yeah.
talk freely without
Yeah.
getting some dumb,
Banned.
inconsistent ban. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem that we don't like.
Yeah.
Is ever since all this censoring started, it's not consistent.
Uh-huh.
So it's anyway.
They
Um,
have so many better things that they can um censor.
yeah,
Airsoft really shouldn't be the biggest issue
no. So
for
anyway,
censoring.
go over to Twitter. I'm gonna encourage you and bug you until you do.
You know
No, just
what?
kidding.
I will actually probably create an account tonight while I'm at
Just
it.
start one, dude. And I'm gonna tell you what's what I tell everybody. Anytime you post on Instagram, go ahead and post it on Twitter. That way, you'll
Yep.
start, getting you'll get a profile set up. You'll get a bunch of pictures and videos
Mm-hmm.
on there, whatever, and then and share stuff. If you go on there, look me up, Trifecta
Uh-huh.
Airsoft, and send me a thing. I'll follow your page, and okay, we'll
That's good.
start slowly building the airsoft Twitter community. There's no hardly any airsofters on Twitter.
What?
Yeah,
That's
they're all on
ridiculous.
Instagram, and they keep creating Instagram. Look, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing expecting different results. Okay,
Yeah.
so for all y'all, I'm not putting you down. Okay, I'm just saying, if you get your account taken down on Instagram because of airsoft,
Mm-hmm.
and you're salty about it, and then you go start another Instagram account for airsoft, you might be insane. Okay, you might be following that
You're
definition. I
just
don't
gonna
know. I'm
get the
just
same
saying. Okay.
response. I don't care. It's gonna
Like,
happen.
bro, let's go to Twitter where we don't get censored. Okay, at least for now. So,
Yeah. Um,
absolutely.
but I do want to get into the gameplay stuff. I
Right.
just need to go afford to go buy a GoPro and all that.
Yeah, man, you'll get
So,
there.
but
That'll be cool.
soon, soon.
Absolutely. All right, man, I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Shout out to the sponsors again, Skirmish. Go to skirmish.net to check out more. Jackal Tactical, to go to jacktac.com. I have all those links in the description. On every platform I put this on. This goes on YouTube, it goes on Rumble, it goes on Spotify video, it goes on all of the audio podcast platforms like Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
audio and video. It's on Apple Podcasts. I think that's the biggest one right now for podcasts, and then all the other ones. You can look them
Yeah.
up if you search Trifecta Airsoft Podcast. It's all over the place. In fact, a couple of people that found me to be on this podcast, They said to their little Echo Dot thing sitting over here, the Alexa thing.
Mm-hmm.
They said, Alexa, play Airsoft podcast, and mine is the first one that comes up. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's how they found me. Okay, maybe a little bit
Interesting.
bragging. So easy to find this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'll put your links in here as well,
Cool.
your Instagram and soon to be Twitter one,
Yeah.
and we'll get it shared out there, man. I appreciate you.
Cool.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
Hope you have a good night.
Thanks for having me on this podcast.
Absolutely, dude. All right, man.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.